and welcome back to another episode of FTC Feature, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything FTC. Today we have a new guest host on, and that is Rithvik Punati, and he will be here for a couple of episodes, possibly, or maybe only one. We've been gone since we have been busy with our qualifiers and our multiple outreach events, but we will be posting weekly episodes on Wednesdays and Fridays from now on. As always, we will be promoting our social media. So, Aayush, if you want to explain more about that.
Yeah, sure. So we have an Instagram. It's ftc.feature. We're encouraging everybody to go follow that. You'll get sneak peeks into future episodes, and you'll also be getting more behind the scenes content. You'll also be alerted whenever a new episode goes up. So we encourage you to go follow our Instagram. In addition, if you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel, that will be linked in. That will obviously. You're probably watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this on another podcasting platform like Spotify or Apple Podcasts, go and just search up FTC Feature on YouTube. You'll find our channel. Subscribe to it so you don't miss a video. This is a reminder that we are both on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, so it's going to be a little bit more convenient for you to listen to this while you're doing something in the background. Louisa?
Reminder that the giveaway is still up. However, it is your last chance to enter, and winners will be announced on Friday's episode. If you want to know how to enter, you can go to the holiday special episode. It's up there. You can subscribe, like the video, and comment your team name and number and which giveaway you want to win by stating the prize, which are the gift cards. So far, Low Voltage has entered the Rev giveaway, and Ravenstorm has entered the Go Build a giveaway. Andy Mark is still open to claim, and it's on a first-come, first-served basis at the moment. And note that only one team can win one prize, obviously. Before starting, we have some FTC news this episode, and we have quite a lot since we have missed a couple of weeks. FTC news we have is a recap of the January 15th qualifier, and that is our second spring qualifier. The Inspire Award winners were Byte at a Time, Team 9626 Hawkabots, and Inspire third goes to 11563 Robo-Wranglers. Our winning alliance is the Dork Side, Team 13472 as the winning alliance captain, and Team 8811 as the first pick. Robo Bison Amistad. A recap of the January 22nd qualifier, which is our third spring qualifier. Our Inspire Award winners are Team 12791 Iterative Intentions, second place Team 16296 Wattever, and third place Team 11472 Ravenclaw Robotics.
That's us.
Yes, that's us. Our winning alliance captain is the Marvels of Moss, and our first pick is Team 8565 Technobots. Recap of the January 29th qualifier, which is our fourth spring qualifier. Qualifier 3A, Inspire Award winners are Team 14904 Lakehill Bionicles. Second place goes to 9010 Robotic Rangers, and third place went to 16756 Raider Prime. Winning alliance was 9010 Robotic Rangers as winning alliance captain, and 12927 Shepton Robotics as first pick. Qualifier 129 Qualifier 3B, Inspire Award winners 19567 Tier 1 as first place, 6566 30 Circuit Breakers as second place, and Team 12977 Rust in Peace as third place. Our winning alliance is 14523 Free of Charge as winning alliance captain, and Team 19567 Tier 1 as first pick. Some important coming updates are February 12th is the Super Qualifier, and February 26th is Regionals. On to FTC stories. We have quite a few this time. Rithvik, would you like to start?
Yes. Okay. I don't think I got a chance to introduce myself, but my name's Rithvik, and to show how esteemed I am to be on the podcast, I brought out the drip, the Rover Ruckus teacher I got for free. I got this for free. They gave out shirts free for sometimes. It was pretty cool. But yeah, and my story took place last year when I was a wee little boy in FTC. I was an FTC newbie. And last year I was on a team called Ravenstorm Robotics. And we're a team of all boys. Now, that was both good and bad. But, one of the bad things was we would argue, from time to time a lot, like every day. But our coach was really nice. And one time our coach was like, "Hey, you guys have been working hard. Pick what you want for lunch and I'll pay for it." And his first mistake was asking us to choose what we wanted because, pandemonium, right? Because half of us, we split into factions, right? Like the, Civil War, the North versus South. That's basically the same vibe, right? Half of us wanted Chick-fil-A and the other half wanted Subway. And we got into a heated debate on which one was better. And, things were said, some not so nice things. Things went down. It was bad. It was bad. But after 5 minutes, we were still like nothing. We were still like where we started, like, hey, I don't know. And our coach, he was like, "Yo, what do you guys want to eat?" And we're like, "Oh, we don't know yet." And he got mad at us. He was like, nah, you gotta decide now. And we still didn't decide. And so then he just made us run around the school, which, was kind of weird, but we did it anyways. So we basically raced around the school. And what happened was immediately you could see the difference between the athletic and unathletic kids on the team, because like half the team, which was I was on the unathletic, by the way, but
Yeah, that's not surprising.
yeah. But half of us just stopped running halfway because we realized, yeah, we ain't winning this. The other half, which is like the football people, the tall people, those people just kept running, and it came down to two people in the end. I'll just call them John and Jeff for now. But John was behind Jeff, and John was pulling some dirty strategies. He was grabbing
What was
Jeff's
those dirty
shirt.
strategies?
Good question, right? He was grabbing Jeff's shirt and pulling him back. And,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, I know. And we saw this happening, and we are like, nah, that's dirty. What happened was, was Jeff the mean one? Who was doing, wait, no. Let's say Jeff was the dude grabbing the shirt, right? He technically came in first place, but we disqualified him because he was being dishonorable. So John ended up winning. And you gotta understand about John, he was the quiet kid who was like, he wanted to please everyone, right? He After this race, which was super intense, we were so excited because we were finally ready to eat. He just
And then
goes,
the winner, wait. The winner is the person that decides where they eat, right?
yeah. The winner got to choose, right? And he had all power. He could choose something else entirely. Like he could basically choose whatever he wanted. Uh, but John, he basically goes like, I don't really care what we eat, and that was the final straw, right? Because what? Why? Right? But anyways, we decide that we're getting nowhere, and to settle the argument, we go on Google and we search up like some coin flipping machine, and we said, hey, if it's heads, it's Subway. If it's tails, it's Chick-fil-A. And so we flipped that thing. Everyone's watching with intent, and it ends up being heads. I was on the Subway gang, so I was like so excited. We were jumping up and down. Subway was pretty good, but I do regret it because I got the worst sandwich. It was like some cucumber thing. It was disgusting.
Hey, that's Subway for you, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna call any
hey.
shots. I'm not gonna call any shots in Subway, but I'm just saying, if you're choosing whether you're gonna eat at Subway or Chick-fil-A, for me, that's like choosing whether I want to eat a bunch of sand or another bunch of sand. Like it's not. I feel like they're both equal because 0 is equal to 0. And
Damn.
Chick-fil-A is not that bad. And neither is Subway.
I would have chosen Chick-fil-A now, but I was naive, young FTC, boy at the time. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And then there was this other time, okay, now we're getting kind of, all about the food part of FTC. But one time, the coaches bought us like $100 worth of Sonic, which was like big win. Like, thank you so much, coaches. Wow. And they bought us Sonic. And
Sonic is based.
Yeah, it is based. I tried my first Sonic slushie at that time, and I was in love. Like, I get the thing all the time now, and I am so like, if I learned anything from FTC last year, it was that Sonic slushies are good.
Hey, that's true though.
Mm-hmm.
I had Sonic yesterday. I had a milkshake.
Bro, last time I had it was like a week ago. I had like a chili cheese. Okay, chili cheese dog. Okay. Back to seeing how far away from FTC we can get. But they also were the coaches were also really nice last year, and they would let us watch like TV shows. And we got to watch Impractical Jokers. You know how like schools have those rules, like, hey, you're only allowed to watch G-rated stuff or PG stuff. Which is like,
Bro, that's not true though. That's not true though.
yeah,
The
it's
enforcement is trash.
enforcement is trash, right? But they the coaches were mad lads, and I respect them for this. But they let us watch Impractical Jokers, which is like TV 14. It was such a good show.
It's also sus. Very sus.
It's not that bad. Kind of depends on what you watch. What episode
It depends on
you
the episode, but like I've watched Impractical Jokers, and it is extremely funny. But you got to be careful about what you watch. It's not the most bottom line G-rated content.
I found that it was a good show. I will say. I think the episode we watched where some dude was like crying because he had to face his like fear of social awkwardness. It was funny.
yeah, no, that was
it was funny, but also kind of I was crying on the inside, but laughing on the outside. So,
yeah.
That's my FTC story.
I
Anyway,
mean, that was a pretty juicy one. I don't know if anybody can top that.
juicy, pretty deets.
Aayush, would you like to try and top that?
No, I would not. Louisa, you top it.
Okay, well, my FTC story does also have to do with last year. And it was before we went to state championships, because we were in like that awkward prep week time in which we spend like every minute of our lives at school trying to work on a robot, but also failing to work on a robot. And one funny thing was that we did order food because we ate lunch at school a lot. And one time when we were supposed to be working, we were eating food and watching Barbie Dreamhouse. Because, we were an all-girls team last year. So, yeah, we were watching Barbie Dreamhouse. Barbie Dreamhouse isn't bad. I binge watched the whole thing once I got back home. But, yeah, that's my FTC.
Wait, hold on. Pause. How did you enjoy binge watching it?
Yeah.
I guess I got a next week. I know what I'm doing next week. Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Not bad.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I am sure about that. I binge watched the whole thing.
All right. So
All right, continue.
Well, not much happened after that. It was mostly just everyone being weird and crazy and not much work being done that day. But yeah.
That sounds like every day for us.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Cry.
Louisa, I must say that your feature story did not top Rithvik's.
Well, yes. I would like to see you try.
Look, Rithvik, I think you should take a seat, sir.
Alright, I'm ready.
Remember your place. I'm just gonna remove you from the next episode if you continue to be unruly.
Okay. Alright, my bad.
All right, so my story is obviously I don't have a last year's story because I'm a rookie, so that's kind of like rookie discrimination, classism, that's not appreciated around here. So this happened at the qualifier we were at, which was on January 22nd, and basically after the qualifier finished, I was talking with Wattever, a couple members from Wattever, and as you hear later this episode, there were some events that transpired with them. But we were just talking after, like being buddies and stuff. It was me and another person of our team, and they were trying to touch the ceiling. That's I think about 6.5 feet tall, maybe a little taller. It could have been 7 feet. I'm not sure, but like the ceiling wasn't that tall, and they were all like 5'10", and I'm 5'5". And like they were all struggling to touch it, and I said, hold on. And what I did was I was wearing a Mavericks cap at the time. I took off the Mavericks cap, took off my jacket, and I went and I touched it about 7.5 feet. And they were like, they were I'm like, remember, those basketball games whenever like the person hits the game-winning shot, how everybody goes crazy. Imagine that, but like 10 times better. And then they were all like lifting me up. They were like, "Oh my God, that's crazy!" And I was like, "Yeah, I know, I'm good." And for those who don't know, I am a basketball player.
The MVP of the B team at our school, I might add.
Hey, B team. I should be on ATM on going cap, but that's beside the point. What I'm trying to say is that you can be good at FTC, but you can be good at other things as well. It's good to be an all-rounded person. So like while you be good at robotics, you can be good at a sport as well. So I think that this is a story that we should all learn from. Is that you can be good at FTC and you can be good at robotics, but you can also have something else going on in your life. Now, if you ask Rithvik and Louisa, what they'll tell you is that your entire life must be FTC, and if it's anything other than FTC, then we're gonna have problems. But I'm here to tell you that that's not true.
I didn't know we were getting like Darman inspirational in this podcast.
Hey, we are
Life
getting
lessons.
Darman inspirationals. I am Darman.
He is not Darman. Since we are on the topic of our recent qualifier, this episode will actually be about our qualifier experience. We'll be covering a couple things about just how our qualifier went in general, a couple of highlights, and definitely just some funny moments. Would Rithvik like to start us off?
Yes, I would. All right. So I'm being honest. I come late to events. I'm not the most punctual person. So
Hey, at least he's self-aware. That's all I'm gonna say.
At least I know I'm late, right? But I think I came like 5 minutes late. I came after all the other members were there, right? And so we had all the tables set up, and my first vibe was like, this was a pretty good event. Like they had tables with your team numbers on it, and it seemed pretty well thought out. And immediately, I felt pretty good about where we were at. We did end up like crashing and failing later on, but I was feeling pretty good. And then the good thing that we did find out was that there were a lot of like super important people going to be at the event. Like there was the CEO of First in Texas, which I think we
Not
got
first in Texas. First.
yeah. First,
Well,
We got like the
actually.
whole. We had everybody there. We
uh-huh.
had PDP of North Texas was there. Also the chairman of NTX chairman of First was there as well, and also the entire the biggest guy, the CEO of First was there as well. I got a selfie with him. It was so cool. And
yeah, he's a really nice dude. He
is a really nice dude.
No, you know what I regret so much? I wish I asked for an autograph, dude.
Yeah, me too. I was gonna ask for an autograph, but I'm like, hey, that seems a little over the top though.
And then you know what he does? He gives a speech about how he was asked for his autograph for the first time, and that's when I knew, I messed up. I wish I asked for an autograph. Like I could probably sell
we
that
all
in like
do.
5 years for like 10.
Bro, I was about to go ask who that was, so I could just say get the glory for myself, but I can't do that. It's just kind of not cool. But it was really cool. It was incredible meeting him. He's just whenever you think of CEOs and people like that, you think that they're of a different level. You think of people like Bill Gates, like they live in their $10 million mansion and they don't interact with people like us. They don't interact with the commoners. They only stay with the nobility. I guess that's a sort of stereotype that we've built up, but he really showed me that that's not true at all. He's just he's just like us. He's just trying to spread First throughout the community. He's trying to spread STEM throughout the community, and I think that it's great that he's doing that, and he's doing a great job, obviously. And yeah, it was really interesting meeting him. When meeting somebody like that, and you're like, oh, he's just somebody like me. He's just somebody that if I had never been involved with First before and I met him for the first time, I wouldn't get the vibes of, oh yeah, this guy owns First, or this guy's the CEO of First. I would just be like, oh, this is just a guy. And I think that humility where I'm able to have something and I'm able to be the CEO of something as large as First, and then be able to just talk with teams like us, that shows a lot of maturity, but it also shows how much you care about the community.
Aayush is always being like Darman inspirational. The most inspirational host on FTC Feature, making everything a life lesson. Which, hey, no problem against that. But another thing about the qualifier is, when you think about some really good teams, what's the difference between really good teams and some average teams, right? The best teams there, which was the Alliance winners, right? They had this whole setup, which was
oh my god, yes.
They had a tablecloth right? With their team number, they had boards set up. Like Technicbots brought like 7 TVs. I don't even
TVs,
know.
and they were like
Yeah,
actually putting in their like
Yeah.
their propaganda on it, and I'm like, oh my god.
yeah. I don't even know where you get those many TVs. How do you fit that? How do you bring that? I, I don't know, right?
I guess
And
each
then
team member just brought like a spare monitor that they had.
mhm. And then it wasn't just Technic bots either, right? They were showing videos of like their outreach events, videos of all this stuff. It was crazy,
Bro,
right?
they were showing a CAD. They were doing like a live CAD and how the robot worked, the iterations of their robot. They handed out flyers during the qualifier of why you should choose them as your alliance partner.
Yeah. And if anything, I'm not saying we're gonna do that, but like we're gonna next time. Hey, we might copy that. We might copy that. Hey. Maybe not the
Hey,
monitor thing,
but we need to have like a functioning robot to do that, and we'll get into
oh
that
yeah,
later.
that's true. That's true.
Hey, okay. But also Marvels of Moss, they had their own very, very cool setup. They had balloons, and then like one of our team members was like, "Oh my god, they have balloons! We should do that in the future as well." And I agree. We should bring balloons next time. It's definitely going to be. I think that'll be the right move.
Yeah,
Uh,
and it may seem like you're probably wondering why you would bring all that stuff, but judging actually was going on while like the during the event, and so like it's probably like it's a good idea to like make your own setup, and like it's good to do that. It gives a better impression to the judges.
yeah, and
And
also it shows team spirit or whatever.
yeah,
Uh, and the not only the judges but also other teams are gonna be like, "Whoa, look how cool they are!" Teams like us, who we just like came in here. We didn't really bring anything. We didn't bring like a balloons or we didn't bring a TV or whatever. But we just we went there and then we saw teams that did it better. We're gonna learn from them, and at regionals we're gonna do better than what we did last time. And I think no matter what happens at regionals, is because we did clinch a regionals advancement. No matter what happens there, the thing is we've been able to grow and change as an FTC team, which is pretty important.
hmm hmm
Louisa, why are you like?
hmm
What is the problem here,
I guess Aayush is like Darman, and Louisa is like anime girl.
bro? What?
Bro,
What?
hey, they're just like, their reactions are literally exactly like that.
Bro, that's
I'm just,
not me. I'm not Darman.
hey, I don't know what you're gonna be in 15 years. We don't know. You could be the next Darman. But back to the qualifier thing. So after we got into it and everything was, robot inspection, we were kind of like last minute putting stuff on. It was kind of hectic. Pretty much every qualifier we go to is like last minute, which, yeah, we were like taping like alliance markers. We didn't have 3D printed ones yet. But we were like taping like alliance markers on. We were taping team numbers on. It was crazy. We did end up passing though, which was that's a win. That's a win.
That's a dub in my books. And speaking of passing, it was the day after qualifier, okay? And I was unwell. I had the booster shot the day before, but I was really, really unwell. Like I had a fever in the night, and that's not a thing you get from the booster, or you do get that, but you won't get it 2 days after you get the booster shot. And so I passed an inspection the next day as well, except that inspection was for strep. So yeah, I did passing as well. If it was not with the robot, it was with whether I had strep or not. So I could thank the qualifier for that.
Oof. Maybe
It is an oof moment. Also, I'm gonna just say, I carpooled 2 of the team members, and like while we were in the car, I think Rithvik, you were one of them. Rithvik was the other team member. Was he was he building while we were in the car?
Yeah, he was building while
Yeah,
Bro,
he was like
screwing it in. It was like,
yeah, we were like really last minute. We probably shouldn't let that happen again.
but obviously, you're probably thinking, wow, with that great preparation, your qualifier probably went so well, right? And surprise, surprise, last minute preparation, our robot broke down like I think in our first match or something.
It broke down before the matches even started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, we've had this problem for like 3 months now. It's where one of our wheels, it's where the one of the motors, is completely, it's just done. It's non-functional in that it won't function at the same speed of the other motors. So if I have like let's see, do I have a water bottle nearby? I do. Okay. So if I say this water bottle is my wheel, okay, I know this is a great representation, and then all of the wheels are going at this speed, then you just have one wheel going at this speed. With the mechanism wheel drive, we were not able to drive straight. And as you can probably tell, not driving straight is a pretty big problem. So what we saw in the qualifier was that initially it was just one wheel that was completely I need a word for, I'm just going to call it
Lagging.
I'm going to call that wheel non-functional. That's what I'm just going to call it non-functional from now on. We had first start out with one non-functional motor, and then it became two non-functional motors after the first match, and then 3, and then 4. And then out of the 7 motors that we had on our robot, 5 of them were non-functional by the time we got to the end of our qualifier. The only, I think, 2 of the, no, one of the front wheels was still working, and our intake our intake motor was good as well. But the rest of the motors did not function. They did not work. So we had no idea why that happened. We invited other people from other teams to try to figure out what was happening with the robot. They were like, "Oh yeah, your expansion hub's broken, bro." And
and then we like tried the control hub, right? And then it worked better, but it still wasn't fixed completely.
Yeah, we did not completely fix the problem.
I think we still have it right now, actually. Hopefully we can fix the issue.
But the issue was still extremely prevalent at the time, which was a pretty huge issue for us because obviously we're going there for the robot game, and having a non-functional robot, it's not good at all. So within the first 4 matches, we scored 2 or 3 points, which was not good. We didn't score in our first 3 matches, I don't think.
Yeah, it was just getting carried by our alliance partners. Like, honestly, the only like good part that came out of the qualifier was definitely just the pure amount of food we bought. We bought, honestly, almost too much food, but there's no such thing as
I
too
brought
much
my
food.
own lunch because I'm based.
Mm-hmm. See,
We bought.
Okay. So I had been like working out. Like I made my New Year's resolution was to work out, right? So I was eating healthy, all right? And then qualifier.
All right, you were definitely eating healthy.
I did not eat healthy.
I'm sure.
Okay. Look, there was pizza. There was Twix. I bought so much candy. Like my parents gave me $20, which not a good idea. I bought so much candy, so much soda. It was like I called it a cheat day, but really it was a pretty bad cheat day. It was pretty good food though, I will say that. But one of the things that we did do, one of our members bought this bag of haichus, and that was like a hot commodity in the.
For some reason, haichus aren't even that good.
Okay, that's a controversial opinion. I'm not even gonna get into why you're wrong.
No. This is very important.
Okay. No, I tried those for the first time, and my life changed. Like I was finally happy. Yeah, but okay. One thing we did, which I like to call it the snack trade. Okay, we are on one side we're FTC members, but on one side we're like cutthroat businessmen, right? We employed a strategy where we would give out free haichus, like a few, to give them like a taste, and then they would be like come back and say like, hey, can we have some more haichus? And then we would pull out the big game strategies, and we'd be like, we'll trade you, right? And so with Wattever, they had some like Hello Panda, which is like the chocolate panda thingies, and they were trying to get 5 haichus for a bag, which I came in here because a few of our members were not as good businessmen, okay, and they were about to accept this trade. I came in here.
That's a scam right there, man. You might as well be doing
scam, bro. The Hello Panda thing only has like 5 pieces, right?
We should have made our haichus an NFT and started selling it on the blockchain.
Yeah. And then, traded them for Bitcoin, become billionaires.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be like an international businessman,
And that's how we fund our FTC teams.
Bro, but actually though, next qualifier, if we're going to get haichus, then we're going to sell it for actual money.
Mm-hmm. Or, worst comes to shove, we sell it for like robot parts. Or
robot parts.
free team shirts, I'd be down for that.
I don't.
Wait, I'm
But-
so confused. Their team shirts?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, like, if we're like selling our team shirt in exchange for like Hello Panda or whatever, I'm just gonna be like, who's gonna want our shirt? But whatever.
Well, I mean, some
Yeah.
teams do like trade shirts. There's an FTC Black.
Yeah, but
Market
who would
channel
want
on
our
FTC
shirt?
Discord.
Who would want our shirts?
We gotta think positively. I thought you were a Darman, bro.
Hey, I'm a positive thinker.
Optimist.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. You got to be optimistic about the circumstances. Yeah.
But what ended up happening with the deal with Wattever, right? I lowballed them 2 Haichus, okay, for a bag of Hello Pandas, right? And they were like, nah, what? But I knew they would say that because I am master of the deal, right? So I knew they were gonna say that, and so I really wanted 3 Haichus for a bag, and then they went down the 4 Haichus, and then I went even more down to 3 Haichus, and then we did the trade. And yeah, that was the trade. We got a bag of Hello Panda, which was pretty nice. I'm gonna be honest, I think I ate all of them. Which, I get gracious professionalism, but then again, Hello Panda, a bag of chocolate pandas. I'm gonna eat that.
Hey, here's what I'm gonna say. It is gracious professionalism because we are being professional about the trade, even if we are lowballing them. We're being like, oh yeah, bro, I'll send you like 2 peanuts and a bag of chips. In exchange, you can give us our entire robot, or a trade like that. Like that's considered gracious professionalism because you're ultimately not being mean whenever you do it. So if we're able to have a positive mindset or whatever while we do this, and we're able to do this in a nice way, even if we're not necessarily saying the correct thing, but as long as we're not doing it maliciously, like, oh, we make an honest mistake, but if we're doing that graciously professional, that's still okay. And then if we're talking about gracious professionalism, logically we need to get into judging and the events that transpired on this Thursday before the qualifier, as well as the callback judging during the qualifier. So Louisa, why don't you start us off about this Thursday judging?
Thursday judging. That was a very interesting event. So one of the funny things is that one of our judges was one of our team members' mom. Let's just call him Jeff. So
we already called a person Jeff. We got to get a new name. We can.
I can't think of any names at the moment.
Peter. We can call it Peter.
Okay, fine, Peter. Okay, so Peter's mom has never done judging in her life, which is fine because normal people volunteer because they're interested in FTC, right? But Peter's mom was like, since Peter is an FTC, let's just ask Peter for judging questions. So Peter gave his mom a list of judging questions that she then asked us, and we were actually very surprised. I don't think we actually knew it was Peter's mom at first. So then when we started hearing that list of questions, we were like, say that sounds very familiar. We have rehearsed this already. So we really knew all the answers to the questions. And of course, in a judging session, there's more than one judge, obviously. And the other judge's mic was actually broken. So that
they're putting their questions in the chat.
Yeah, I know. So that just ended up, our Zoom was actually on an iPad really far away in front of us. We had one member just stand lurking over the iPad, trying not to.
Who was that team member?
Looking at the chat.
Who was that team member?
Me.
Yeah, there you go.
No, what?
So yeah, that was.
You can't say a team member when you do it because you did it. I'm just gonna say the qualifier was completely fine. I enjoyed the qualifier. Nothing went late. Everything was just really well managed at the qualifier, and the judging was good too. Other than the part that we had Peter's mom as our judge, that was completely fine. I enjoyed the qualifier. It was really well managed, and the credit to the organizers for that. But there's still things to improve on in the future, and I hope that they're able to improve on this because the thing is, I enjoy an FTC, and I'm going to be doing FTC in the future. And this is not me saying, wow, FTC management is bad. FTC management is really, really good. The fact that they're able to get this many new judges, and that just shows you how good their outreach and they're able to get more people is. And that in part goes to people like you and me who are trying to branch out into the community and try to get them more involved in first. So if there's just things that we can improve on, we should just go ahead and improve on it. But is that enough of me being Darman?
Yeah, enough life lessons. But that was the judging, virtual judging, and our virtual judging, like right after we were like, our team was like, like we didn't think we did that good, and we were kind of leaning towards the bad side. Like we had some technical issues, like our microphone stopped working.
And like one of the problems with our judging was that our setup is like really complicated for judging. We have a tablet in front of us, which is like our main camera. You can see our team in it. We have a computer sitting on a chair on a table that shows our robot on the back part. And that computer is usually disconnected from audio, so there's no problem with that. And then we have another computer, which is actually our teacher's computer. And that computer is like streaming our judging presentation onto it. So that computer is actually kind of far away. But we were actually trying to use the mic on that, but we couldn't since our microphone wasn't charged. So we ended having to use the tablet's audio, which always sucks. And we were just kind of yelling the whole time, trying to get the judges to hear us.
Well, I didn't need to yell because my voice naturally carries.
Yeah, because we have such manly, big man voices.
It would be if I want you flexing non-existent muscles.
Hey, whoa. Hey, they're coming in. I don't know. Anyways, right. The vibe after judging was like, so. We kind of were leaning towards we didn't do that good. And so the next day, we were supposed to get follow-up judging information. And so the entire day, we were just pestering our coach, being like, yo, bro, where's the follow-up judging at, right? And turns out, it was for nothing, because the follow-up judging just took place at the qualifier, which is like, okay, why didn't you say that earlier? Actually, they might have. We weren't the best on information, so.
Yeah.
But anyways, so we go on to the qualifier on Saturday, right? And, we're not sure what to expect in terms of judging, because we're not really sure. We didn't think we did that good, right? So we were just waiting for the judges to come to us. And what happened was, like, the judges would basically just visiting the tables, and, like, there were panels of judges. So, like, some judges were, like, robot related, some were, like, outreach related. And for us, I think the two judges we had were...
we had multiple callback judging. I think we had 3 rounds.
Oh, for real? Then I think.
What do you mean for real? You were there, weren't you?
Well, I was there, but I was managing like the haichu trading. I was like
that was
snack trading.
That was like you were doing the foreign affairs thing, huh?
And I think I was watching like workout videos on my phone at some point. Like,
he was.
I did a lot. I did a lot at the qualifier. Not a lot of working, but
Rithvik's a questionable child.
You're literally younger than him.
Oh, am I?
Oh, wait, you're actually probably not.
Am I?
But I think
at least you're shorter.
I think in like maturity levels, we all know who is like the most mature.
So why are you pointing at yourself? Because you're definitely not.
No, don't point at yourself.
Okay, no, that's cool.
I would say that it's Peter.
Okay, this is something you have to know, Peter. But Peter is like the kid who plays Roblox. The kid who.
Man, you're gonna have to be more specific than that, because let's talk about during the callback judging. So they had like the women in the outreach stuff. I was kind of like doing the old thing that I sometimes do on these episodes, where I talk for like 2 minutes, but I don't really say anything. And it's like there's lots of words, but there's not a lot of meaning. And so I did that. It's like, oh, why do you host outreach events? I think that was the question. Why do you host outreach events to help your community? And then I went into this deep like monologue about the community and how we owe back to it. And
If you think Aayush is like Darman now, like he was like 10 times the Darman at the qualifier. It was pretty crazy. He turned a 30-second like
answer into like 2 minutes.
Yes. Which was kind of impressive in a way. Like I was watching this and I was like, wow.
Dang.
But yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I was just going to be like the callback judging for the robot design. Another team member mostly handled the questions related to that, since they did specialize. And then we had more general season stuff that me and some other team members answered as well. But I thought the initial judging went better. I think that I was the person who thought that it went the best out of all of our team members. And then for callback, I thought it went... everybody was like, dude, why'd you take 2 minutes to answer that question? And I'm just like, hey, that's what you got to do.
Built different,
Hey, exactly.
I think we did better at the follow-up judging, though. Like, I think everyone thought we did pretty good, I think. Um, but yeah, that's what happened. So basically, judging, we were feeling pretty good. At the time, we were kind of aiming for third place Inspire or an
We
Inspire.
were aiming at second or first Inspire.
Yeah.
Because what we soon realized was that once you win an award, you can't win it again. Because, or actually, that might not necessarily be true, but we won Connect and Motivate. We had Connect and Control in our at our first qualifier, and we did not get those two awards again. And then other teams that got Inspired didn't get Inspired again. So I think that once you win an event, either you're less likely to get it or you just can't get it at all. But anyhow, let's get into the final matches, which was pretty cool. I mean, I was kind of a Technic Bots fanboy the entire time. Since I don't do hardware, once I realized the robot was really beyond salvation. That it was really hard to do anything at that point, since we had a non-functioning, we had too many non-functioning motors, but also we needed a new expansion hub. I was just chilling with some friends that I had on 8565. I talked to them about something. I was talking to an 11th grader on their team. Like, we were just chilling, and we watched their matches, and then I would like go cheer for them, and then they would cheer for me. It was just like
it was like patting your back, like positivity circle.
Yeah.
I think I was also would say I was an 8565 fanboy.
Yeah.
I was rooting for them in my heart. What happened was they actually did end up winning. Their alliance captain was the Marvels of Mass. They're really good. Both teams, like Technic Bots and Marvels Mass, are just like insane at like robot game. They ended up winning, getting first. They won like the elimination matches. And then I think transition into the award ceremony. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they transitioned into the award ceremony, and basically, that was pretty big. It was pretty cool. We just saw Mr. Chetty Holmes. He just kind of like he always had riddles whenever they were, because this was my first qualifier. I didn't know that they put riddles for whatever team won, and like it was pretty cool to figure out what team it was. And then there were subtle hints, but like some of them were not very subtle. And then it was really cool. I had a lot of fun. I during everything, I I was about to say, oh, we're gonna get Connect third and not get Inspired. Let's go. And I was I was kind of memeing like, oh, we're not gonna do good. But then we got third Inspire, and I was really, really surprised by this because we didn't have a robot. We basically didn't have a robot, and we had third Inspire. Imagine if we had a robot, we could have done better than that. But that's beside the point. But the whole thing, bottom line, is that we did well. Objectively, we did well getting third Inspire and clinching regionals advancement. We need to make sure that our robot is all good for regionals, or we're just gonna like be good, absolutely done. But that I think that wraps it up over what happened at that qualifier. It was very eventful, and I enjoyed it. Rithvik, did you enjoy it?
Yeah,
But on an ending note for the qualifier, Aayush, you still owe me $1 for that bet.
I don't owe you $1. I don't owe you anything. I don't owe you anything.
You do. You said we will not get third Inspire, and I bet you $1, and you agreed. So yeah.
I think we're seeing Aayush.
Just because I agree doesn't mean I'm actually gonna pay.
Yes, you will pay.
I'm not. I thought Darman was supposed to be a man of his word.
I'm not Darman.
When you're taking over the channel next year, what's he gonna think? He's gonna look at this moment and reject you. I'm just saying. But
bruh, I cannot. Okay, so Rithvik, I don't know if he's coming on for the next episode, considering the recent events that have transpired on this episode.
What? What? Okay.
What? Yeah, that's what happens when you try to do this.
Right?
Okay, well, ending this episode, we do, as always, have a tip for our viewers. Aayush, would you like to say our tip?
Yeah, sure. So before our qualifier, I think the big problem we had was organization. Half our team members didn't know what was actually going on. That's because we had basically a lot of some people did more of the work than other people. And because of that, the people who didn't do as much work did not know what was happening, because the stuff where it was getting updated, they couldn't see the changes. So one thing that I would give to all of you is create a database where I can just say there's a to-do a list of things that have been changed within the last week, a list of things that you've already been done, things that we're doing right now, and things that need to be done. And those are the things that you can do. Be organized is the biggest thing, I would say. If you're organized, then you'll have a productive session for everybody, and it's not going to hurt anybody either. That is the tip I will leave off with everybody. And with that, we're going to be concluding today's episode. Do not forget to follow our socials. As always, link will be in the description. If you want to see our Instagram, you'd see sneak peek content through future episodes, and you'll also be seeing more updates about what's going on right now. You can go ahead and subscribe to our channel if you don't want to miss a future episode. And also, if you like the video, if you like this style of content, or dislike it if you didn't, that's fine. And if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, come and give our YouTube channel a try, because we do have videos on there. But
and if you never see me again, it was Aayush. If you never see me again,
it was not me. I don't take.
It was Aayush.
I don't take responsibility. No. Okay. Anyhow, Rithvik, you can say bye. I don't know if you're coming back, but bye.
If you never see me again, it was Aayush. I just want to say that. But
I'm just
good episode. Bye.
Goodbye.